Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another video. This is another paid request, this time from I Hate Facebook. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, commentaries, reactions, reviews, whatever, pretty much anything, feel free to send them either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And he wanted me to talk about what are my top favorite Jason kills in the whole Friday the 13th franchise. So I had to think about that for a little while, and I made a top 10. And it might not be your top 10, but this is my top 10 of kills. Because I like the Friday the 13th franchise. The only one I really don't care for is Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. And I'm not counting the first one because it's not Jason, that's Jason's mom. I know it's about the franchise, but still. This is the top favorite Jason kills. Again. But number one, start off the bat, is part 3. The character of Andy. He's walk on his hands. He looks up. There's Jason. And it's like, with his body, splitting him like a wishbone. Now, that one, ever since I first saw it, is the most like wince-inducing. Number one, it teaches you don't walk on your fucking hands. Walk on your feet like normal people. Number two, the fact that it's like the clincher, it's like I just imagine the machete hitting the dick and just like. Although technically, when you see him later, apparently it hit the leg and went like this, but still, with that impact, it's like a machete slamming into your dick. And what guy wants that? And just the framing of Jason with the hockey mask, of course, is the first installment with the hockey mask, and that slam down, and how it's shot from underneath, and you feel like an impact to it. Even though the shot itself doesn't look bloody, I don't know, it's the sound effect, the reaction, the framing, it just had a pretty big impact. And that was always the kill that stood out to me. I didn't get this unique because of the circumstances. And like any guy, that's what you call the clincher, where you clench your legs each time you see it. Like, eee. And that's the one that just, that kind of reaction, like, not that I want to puke, but like, oh, maybe that's just me, but I'm like, ooh, shit. Maybe I'm the only one that feels that way. But I had to put that as number one, because that's what gave me the visceral feeling. Number two, this is cheating, I will admit, but a long time ago, I was able to get a download. Someone had done an uncut version of this film. Now, it looks like a VHS, but I actually think that kind of helps in its motif, because I first saw these on VHS, and it's like you got a VHS bootleg of the uncut version, so I don't know, I like the aesthetic. But because the uncut footage is in not the best quality, the person took the whole movie. Like, I guess maybe they ripped the VHS of the movie, and then they put back in the gore scenes, and there's sound effects as well, and music underneath the gore scenes. So, technically it's a DVD-R, but this is the uncut version of Part 7, The New Blood. And no, I don't know how to upload it, because YouTube will block it, even BitTube blocked it. But, I mean, it looks VHS, but it's cool. It's like the closest you get to an uncut version. And so, I'm basing it on that version, which I saw. Not granted, the theatrical cut, a lot of the kills are bloodless, but again, the version I saw. When I talk about these kills from Part 7, I'm talking about this version. I think the guy labeled it the uncut recut. He even put like trailers to other 80s movies in front of it. Like a VHS, you pop in a VHS tape, coming soon to a theater near you, and it was like other films of '88, so like Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, The Blob from 1988, the trailers for those coming soon. So it's like 10 minutes of trailers, and then you get the movie. And then I added at the end credits, he's back, the man behind the mask for the end credits. Just fuck it. I felt like it. So, number 2 is part 7. Ben, the uncut version of his head being crushed like a fucking peanut. Did you see Jason grab the guy, squishing it, fucking blood coming out of his mouth, and he just see... I didn't squish his head to a peanut. And then with Jason, the way he looks in that, I just look fucking, ooh, shit. I'm sure you find the clips on YouTube. Like, shit. And no, there's no time codes on those, which was cool. Like, the time codes are gone in this one. It's like, ooh, shit. Ooh, shit. See, that's what I look at when I think of my favorites, is that what ones gave me reaction. Ooh, that sliced in the crotch. Ooh, shit. Your head turned to a peanut. Part 3, a lot of people hate this entry. I love it. Jason Goes to Hell. One of the reasons I love it, I think it has some of the most gory kills. In part 3, Deborah, the girl that gets fucking torn in half with like a rail spike. She's riding a guy, and then she's riding the stairway to heaven, or whatever. So, because she gets impaled, and you see just her go, and like, I remember when I first saw it on VHS way back in the day when I was a kid, I went, because, I mean, it's TMB effects, it's uncut, it's one of the only uncut Friday the 13th films officially released, and you just go, yeah, that, I did that visceral reaction of just, god damn, it's a beautiful titty lady, and just got the wishbone. Only the other type of wishbone, not the Andy for part 3 wishbone. This is like, between the tits and the... God damn. Number 4, again, Jason Goes to Hell. Joey B. I always thought this was an interesting death. And the fact it's supernatural, you can only do it that way. And I've never seen a death quite like this, where he gives the elbow and the fucking chin and mouth just push back in. I just remember going, ooh, like, just the fact the ultimate elbow smash. Ooh. Also, I'm like, this movie's not that bad. Look at these fun kills. Isn't that what usually we don't see Friday the 13th films for? Is the fun kills? And Jason Goes to Hell has some of the most crazy kills. But it's so bad. Because, Friday the 13th, it was always about story. Of course, I made fun of Party J.C.'s Manhattan as well, but the kills in that suck too. Maybe punching the head off. Maybe that. But, the story-driven Friday the 13th, the one where Jason teleported, somehow found where Adrian Keene lived, and killed her. I don't know, he took a cab ride, or he walked all the way from where the fuck he was at, where the fuck Alice was living, and then each of the first 4 movies, didn't they take place every 5 years or something? But then, again, the story-driven Friday the 13th. Just saying, being honest. But I think, Jason Goes to Hell is some of the best kills. But I did try to pick from other sources as well. But yeah, that elbow smash into the face, like, ooh. Well, okay, that's a tie between that and the 2 cops that get that head bashed in together in the police station. Because they're both, people getting their face smashed in, and, Jason Goes to Hell. Number 5, Jason X, the liquid nitrogen head smash. It's utilizing the environment where it's the only way it could happen is in this environment in the future. It's very gory, it's practical. The idea is wince-inducing. When the fucking head smashes and looks up, there's like nothing left of her head, her face. It'll... God damn. Number 6, Part 7, the tree smash. Now, in the uncut version, he smashed the girl like 5 times. I actually prefer that over... I know most people prefer the theatrical version, but I actually like the slow motion that he keeps fucking hitting her, and you see this blood splatter. To me, that seemed more fucked up, more visceral, more like, God, just brutal. It's brutal, bro. It's brutal, dude. It seemed more brutal, just... God damn. It's like you take a wet blanket, you just try to get all the water out of it. He was trying to get all the blood out of her. Uh, part number 7 I have from part 4, Crispin Glover's death. Because it's not just the corkscrew, but then the meat cleaver to the face. Um, Actually, you know what? I take that back. I take that back. I don't take that out. Because I think one that did that better was part 2. Where you feel bad for the guy in the wheelchair, and then he gets a fucking machete in the face, and that's more fucked up. And so I'll take the meat cleaver out because it's kind of the similar boom to the face. But part 2, you feel more bad because this guy in a wheelchair who's done nothing wrong, and not only do you get the machete to the face, but then he's rolling backwards in the fucking wheelchair, and it's like, it doesn't matter if you're invalid, doesn't matter if you're in a wheelchair, you will die. Jason don't give a fuck. So I'll give it to the part 2, machete to the face. And that's one of the more gruesome deaths in part 2. Shit. Plus also to show some love for part 2. So that's number 7. Number 8, the part 6. I always thought this was an interesting shot where in the RV, Jason takes the girl's face, presses her into the wall, and you see the formation of her face through the wall. I always thought that was kind of a clever, inventive shot and moment. They didn't utilize Jason's supernatural strength, and it's not something I would have thought of. And it's a way to get around the ratings boards, as they're going apeshit crazy. And just, you can think of in your head the impact of what it took to push her face so hard into the wall that it formed around it. And I just thought that was inventive. Kudos to the director of part 6, Jason Lewis. Tom McLaughlin. So far it's my favorite. Andy, don't walk on your fucking hands. You get the clincher. Jason crushing a head to a fucking peanut in the uncut part 7. Jason Goes to Hell, Rail Spike, Wishbone. Fourth favorite, head smash in Jason Goes to Hell, whether it be the elbow smash or the two cops' heads getting smashed, just like the effects by TMB. Number 5, Jason X, the liquid nitrogen, smashing the girl's head into a pile of nothing. Number 6, I'll go with the tree smash in part 7. The actual cut is nice with the impact, but in the uncut version, just how fucking relentless Jason is, and not giving a fuck. Number 7, on Pit Part 2, the machete to the face to the poor guy in the wheelchair. He was a nice guy who just wanted to get laid. He wasn't being a prick about it. But Jason don't give a fuck. Number 8, the RV going into the wall, forming the indentation in part 6. Thought that was inventive. Number 9, I'm going to pick another part 7, the uncut death of Dr. Cruz by the tree trimming saw. Because when you see it, you see the guts flowing out as the saw hits the stomach, and the motherfucker deserved it. That was a guy who deserved it. He's a piece of shit character. He got the lead character's mom killed because he's a chicken shit. And he was also like, yeah, you know, get him, Jason. That's why part of me wanted to see like a Jason like vigilante movie. Which, you know what, could work if you think about it. If you have like a bunch of piece of shit criminals that have some people hostage, and not because Jason is saving the kids, but because he's just killing these lowlives, is Jason killing piece of shit criminals? And maybe they went to Camp Crystal Lake as a hideout, and you showcase how evil these criminals are, whether they be punks or whatever the hell they are. Bad guys, kidnappers, rapists, molesters, child molesters, whoever the hell they are. They're all sick fucks. Idea they have this innocent group hostage, and Jason just kills each of them one by one in gory ways. There you go, for all these people doing fan fiction, there's an idea. There's an idea. Again, Jason's not doing it to save them, he's just doing it because he wants them off the fuck his property. Get the fuck off my property. Fuck you guys. Or girls, or both. So disemboweling Dr. Cruz with the tree trimming saw, the uncut version was cool. And 10, I chose the saddest death. The one that truly made me feel bad. I mean, I felt bad for the guy in the wheelchair in part 2, but in part 4, the character Rob, it's the death you don't see, and I would say it's the scariest death in the whole franchise, because the Rob character seemed like a good guy. He's just trying to find his sister, who was a character in part 2, and Jason grabs him in the basement, and he gets like a garden claw thing, and just, run! Run! And Jason just stabbing him, and you can barely see it. You just hear the guy screaming, no, run! And for some reason, that was grabbed me as the scariest death, because it's the one that you're not seeing. You're just hearing the death knell of this character who was not that bad of a guy, who his last words is telling someone to run, so he's being selfless, not selfish. And just the digging of a claw seemed like it would be such a painful way to die, and I don't know, I think about it, just feel bad. Feel bad for the guy. It seemed like, I don't know why, it just seemed like a scary death. At least to me. And there are other good death scenes too. In part 4, the one guy who gets sawed in the head, turned into 180, that's a good death. Of course, people will mention Mrs. Voorhees getting her head cut off in the first film. But yeah, if I had to pick a top 10, I would go with what I mentioned there. That's just my picks. But yeah, I think there's a lot of good deaths in a lot of these movies. That's kind of what people are seeing it for, in a way. Now, there are actors I actually do enjoy. I like the Jason motif, the look, the aesthetic, the music, usually by Harry Manfredini. There's other reasons I like most of the Friday the 13th films, but mostly it's because of the deaths. Not the whole reason. Actors, I mean, I like Amy Steele, and I like Laura Parlington, and I like John D. LeMay, and Stephen Williams, and I like other people involved character and actor-wise in the franchise, so that's another reason. So it just depends on each entry. But with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.